Hello everyone, we are here to laugh today, or at least pretend to, thank you. And now, it's good that we're here to laugh because Toby is up sometime after me, probably last. Not to laugh at, any of the jokes, just the way he looks. So sorry. Now I've been here to perform stand-up comedy, except I'm not funny, so I'm just going to stand here and look awkwardly for 5 minutes. Now, I'm Will. I'm not the posh one. You'll know when he comes on, because if he's standing off stage, his nose pokes through the curtain. Beware, on the front row, you are going to be hit. I'm so sorry. Will, I could really do without the pity laugh. Will is like Pinocchio, except instead of his nose growing when he lies, it grows when he flirts with Toby. I'm sorry, but when you're turning a corner, it's like looking into the movie Jaws. Which, in case you don't know, if you watch Jaws backwards, it tells a really heartwarming story about a shark who gives arms and legs back to disabled people. I've recently been told that I wear this hat to hide the receding hairline, but we aren't here to talk about that. Instead, we're here to talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the elephant's ears. I've had these ears on for... I've had these satellite dishes on the side of my head for forever. Alright, but I've recently been referred to as looking like Dobby, which is fitting because we're roughly the same height. My ears are so big, I could hear the one singular laugh I got for that last joke. My ears are so big, I have to be careful in the wind in case I spin round like a weather vane. My ears are so big, Warwick Davies could use them as umbrellas. When you're too ugly to be an actor and too lazy to learn an instrument, you become a comedian. Except I'm not funny either. Now, let's move on to the section that I did write last night at 12:30, school. Most of us can relate to the horrors of going to school day in and day out, but I really, really hated school. I used to be in a fit of screams every time I had to enter the room, clawing at the door, wanting to escape, shouting at my mother as she dragged me out of the car. I was 17 at the time. Tim Fisher was not amused. I made the great decision to take film as an A-level, which is what you take if you are too dim to take media, which is what you take if you are too dim to take English literature. I haven't done any exercise since GCSE PE. Now I feel like this is very obvious. Now, I didn't do the sport at GCSE PE, I just sort of used to throw things at the people who did. When you think about it, many sports are quite inhumane. If you get your child into boxing, all you're saying to the world is, you know that it's wrong to hit your child, but still feel like somebody should. Now, being 17, I have recently been learning to drive, which has been an interesting experience. I know I'm not the best driver in the world, bear in mind I've only had like 4 lessons. But over last weekend, I got a text from my instructor. This is all true, by the way. My wife has left me, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be driving next. I didn't think I was that bad. Anyway, thank you so much for the pity laughter. I've been Dumbo, and you've been very quiet. Thank you.
Hello. I don't know why I'm here. Maybe it's because my mum last night, she went out to the pub at like 12 o'clock last night because she must have loved to get away from me, as I am impossible to live with. I'll probably be running halfway down the road at 12 o'clock at night because I didn't even know what happened. Right, as I am improvising, this could either go 2 ways. I could either be awkwardly offending everybody here, or be halfway out the window by the time I'm finished. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Namaste, babe. Blessings and kombucha. Now I'm here to talk about an experience I had the other week. I was swimming in the Arctic Ocean and I saw an Arctic whale. It's not funny, it's true. And he was like, "What up, bro?" And I was like, "Sigh." I was like, "What's your name?" And he didn't have a name, so I named him Sharky. I do have a picture, but my phone's over there, so I won't be showing you. I'll be doing a little exercise with you today. I hope you all took that in. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I'm proud of you all. You have done so well, and I believe that we do well. Okay? Thank you, everyone.
Hello, I'm Olive. I'm an actor. I act in things. I act in theatre. I act on TV, and I can act professional. Got hair in my mouth. So, let me tell you a story about me acting professional. So, as well as working as an actor, I can work at weddings because because I feel like every other actor as a child got the same talk. You know, acting isn't a very stable job. There's not many like wealthy actors these days. You've got a backup plan. My backup plan is to get yelled at by people all the time. So let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. So, a woman and her friend are standing in the middle of the dance floor at this particular wedding. And friend one, the woman goes, "Hey you," because as a hospitality worker, that is in fact my name. She then shoves a paper cup in my face, like this, and goes, and obviously I'm like, "Oh, would you like me to put that in the bin?" And she goes, "No." Okay. Tea. No. Obviously I didn't say that. And instead I put on my best fake smile and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we only have a bar. We only do that with breakfast." So friend two, he screams at me because obviously he knows better than me when it's my job. And he goes, "Well, of course you do." And then he asks for my manager, who I go and get him, and he comes back and he tells him the exact same thing that I said. And then this man has now gone purple, so I run away and I hide and I sit in shame with the fact that I couldn't get this 200-year-old woman some tea. You may be wondering, how does this relate to acting? Well, it's relevant because I get to act like I give a shit, okay? So, speaking of acting, as an actor, you get a lot of worldly experiences. An example of a worldly experience I have is, moving on, clearly, yeah, I have loads. You know, actors who have other jobs as well as acting are frauds. If you're gonna act, you have to be an actor, okay? Theatre must be your life. You know, if you work at McDonald's, or weddings.
Hello everybody. Hello. My name's Kate, and I'm about to tell you a joke about when I dialed the wrong number. So, something happened the other day where I dialed the wrong number, and instead of dialing my counsellor, I dialed my tutor. Because for some weird reason, my brain decides when you dial a number, you're going to forget some of the numbers in the sequence and put it backwards instead of actually putting it forward the correct way. Meaning sometimes you just dial the wrong numbers and you get the weirdest phone calls back going, "For a starter, who are you? I can't remember your name. Why are you calling me? You have absolutely no reason for calling me. You should be calling the other person." That's because my brain decides that I have dyscalculia, which basically means that when I see numbers, I see them backwards. Meaning that sometimes I call the wrong number because I just decide I'm going to put someone's phone number backwards because my brain just decides to flip-flop everything, making me look like an absolute idiot.
Hey guys, How are you all doing? I'm not, because I'm up here. All of you might already know that I have heterochromia. That means one of my eyes is a different colour than the other. Mine is blue and green. Anyways, to my amazing cringe story, I was at school and casually doing my work as a teacher called me up to do a question. As soon as I got up there and had a pen in my hand, so I pretend this is the board. I was about to write it when I suddenly, my brain, don't know how to put this, but I can't find the right words. Okay. Everyone was just staring at me. I just looked the teacher dead in the face and said, "Dunno," went back to my seat, sat down, stared at the paper, and as people were still looking at me, I decided, I'm an idiot. I have been me, and you have been the audience. Okay, goodbye.
Hello. Hi. I'm Rach, but you can't call me that. You can call me Rachel Stevens, the gymnastics coach. There's a point in life when you're a single mom to 2 ungrateful girls, and your husband just left you for a 50-year-old man. But that doesn't matter, because you're dating a 20-year-old woman. So you just want to get away, so you go to work. Well, let me tell you, it's not that much different. So I'm teaching my 4 to 6-year-old class, and I'm teaching them how to do the most basic task, kicking. I mean, they're toddlers. Toddlers kick all the time. You know, whack, pow, pow, pow. Yeah. But especially when they don't want to eat their veggies. So I'm trying to get this girl to do her kicks, and she's not having it. Let me show you. Maya, will you do a big kick for me? No. Just one for me. No. Look, you see Mum up there? Do one for her. No. I mean, like, seriously. But it's not even the children that the problem, it's the adults too. So this woman comes in with a daughter, and she sends her away, and she comes up to me, she says, little Sarah's great-grandma, sisters, brothers, little sisters, cousins, dogs, owners, sisters, brother has a little rash on their foot, and for the safety of everyone here, I have made the executive decision, of course without asking you first, to put a sock on her left foot. But, you know, and then she leaves, and I'm just stood there staring, like, what's just happened? And then she comes back in and she says, oh yeah, she doesn't actually have the spot, it's just for safety. But that's not even the worst of it. But I think I've just seen someone fall on the head. Yeah, I gotta go, bye.
Hi guys. This is not how I planned it to happen. All I wanted to do was drive here and put on a good show. You probably need some context. For my birthday this year I got a moped. Then came the biggest challenge. Learning how to drive the moped. I took the test not once, not twice, but 3 times before I finally passed. Epitome of dumb blonde. I still haven't quite got the hang of it. The first time, however, was a complete disaster. I was just driving along, having a great time. Then I crashed into a bush. Like, that's not even the worst thing that happened that day. I was driving out of the moped centre, and I was driving, had a great time, not even 5 metres away from the moped centre. I crashed into the curb, and then I flew off, and then I rolled. and rolled, and just ended up just lying there, looking at the sky. Wow, what a wonderful view. I meant to do this. I was fine, guys. No need to worry, no need to be concerned. That's not even the worst part. I was laying there on the floor, looking up at the sky, wondering how I got there in this position, internally dying from embarrassment just as all the cars go past. And this woman stops next to me and goes, "You all right, love?" Yeah. But what was going through my mind was, this woman came up to me, seeing the fully qualified, experienced driving instructor right next to me, willing to help me, and really thought she could do one better. That's the opposite of mansplaining. Anyway, I should probably go and call my lawyer. The man outside on the front is looking very angry there on the road, and I don't need another lawsuit. So, thank you very much.
Okay, never mind then. As you can tell, I have very, very, very curly hair. This has been a burden and a blessing my entire life. Oh, where's it gone? Walking down the street, a stranger says, "I love your hair," but in the nicest way possible. I don't care about their opinion. I will be walking down looking like I've just been attacked by a flock of angry seagulls, and a 96-year-old lady will say, "I love your hair." I guess she's trying to make me feel better, but at least be more convincing. And at school I've been called multiple names, like Goldilocks, Curly Flies, and Pot Noodle. I get they aren't very good insults, but it still hurts. When I'm in a line, no matter how long or short, I will always be at the back. This is because I can't be bothered to do the back of my hair, so I only make the front look good, so in the mirror I can catfish myself and make me feel better. Moving on. Let me address the elephant in the room, my forehead. I have been known for being the girl with a very large forehead. I don't really see what they mean, but all of you could be laughing at me right now while I say I don't have a big forehead when I'm a walking clone of Megamind. I have also had multiple nicknames for this, such as Megamind, Egghead, and my favourite one by far, Sophie Airport, because you could fit an entire airpod on my head. In primary, we used to have beanbags on the playground, and instead of throwing the beanbags in the whole thing, instead they would throw it at my head and would criticise you if you missed because my forehead was that big you couldn't miss it. It went from beanbag to rocks very quickly. So I spent an entire week inside crying while playing my dot to dot. Me and my brother make fun of each other all the time, and he often says I'm a mistake and that the birthmark on my forehead is when my parents dropped me as a child. P.S. After that, I did get my revenge by locking him in my bathroom for 20 minutes. That's all from me, and yes, I will try not to hit my head on the way out.
God, thank you, my darlings. Who turned her off?
Rock people.
Hiya, are we all alright?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a bit boring, you're not that loud anyway. Did anyone make any New Year's resolutions this year? Oh, well, I did. As you can tell, I chose to get in shape. Did choose round. I think I'm looking more beautiful than I ever have. But seriously, I do struggle to get in shape quite a lot because as a gay man, I love a fashion magazine, but the only time I see people that look like me is under the word before. The other day, I was listening to the radio and Fergie's song, Big Girls Don't Cry, came on. And I just think that's a lie. I cry because I'm fat. I cry because people don't think I'm attractive. But most importantly, I cry because there's no biscuits left. The other day I was out with a meal with one of my friends. We ended up on the topic about weight, and she turned to me and she says, "You know what, Jack? If you lost a couple stone, we could probably date." And I turned to her and I said, "Only if that couple stone was me head." But I do eat alone quite a lot. I get those ready meals for one straight after college. I don't really like them, not because it makes me feel lonely, just because they're not big enough. But On another note of eating, my dog's not been very well recently. Oh, isn't that sad? Yeah. We went to the vets and he did a few tests and he came back and he said, oh, she's underweight. And I had to tell him to repeat that a few times because no one said those words to me. But I'm going to leave you one final thing. I believe it was the very skinny Kate Moss who said, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. And what I say to that is nothing looks as good as being a bitch. What she does.
Hello again, shit. So I was going to start right into it. So I've been doing a lot of charity work recently with my friend, the other Boxford. And we're doing it for a friend who's less fortunate than we are. It's really sad actually for us personally to look at him doing all of his peppy things, like going to charity shops. So we put the work in, put the graft in, and we raised enough money to buy him some more cocaine. He really appreciated it. So recently I've been distancing. I can't speak. I've been distancing. Will's leaving. Someone's leaving! We didn't want him anyway. His set was bad. So recently, I've lost a lot of friends. I've been distancing myself from a lot of people. And I've recently distanced myself from my best friend, because I realised that he had something that was bigger than mine. He had a bigger trust fund. You dirty people. So recently, we just suffered from a death in the family. Yeah, we're all really cut up about it. Yeah. Me personally, really cut up about it. It was my great auntie. Yeah. She died on a skiing holiday in the south of France.
Oh.
She wasn't skiing; she just fell over in the chateau. But we're still really cut up about it. Yeah. And another part of that story, she didn't put us in the will, which is fine. Just to finish off, I've been recently reminiscing about my old... He's back! He's back! Get back in your seat! We're waiting. We're still waiting. Okay. Everyone sorted? Everyone happy? Okay, good. So recently, I've been reminiscing about my old boarding school days. The longer I'm away from it, the more I appreciate it, I used to love PE. Love PE. I used to love the PE teacher, and I'm sure the PE teacher used to love me as well. He was the only teacher who had agreed with me to do one-to-one tutoring. Yeah, I used to love him. Yeah. He once tutored me so hard that I couldn't sit down for a week. Thank you.
Hi. As you hopefully know, my name's Kira. Let's talk about school. I'm 99% sure that teachers follow a script. For example, when your class has done bad on a test and you hear the famous, "In my 25 years of teaching, I have never seen a class so bad, blah 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 blah." Well, I swear, I will have heard it in my last 3 classes and I'm just thinking, still not got my trophy yet. Anyway, have you ever been tested for something in school? And no, I don't mean maths. I was tested for dyslexia because I am very bad at spelling. Let's just say there's at least 1 million spelling mistakes in here. Anyway, so she goes, "You need to come to get down and get your testing." That was at the start of year 7. It's the middle of year 8 now. Anyway, thanks for the pity laughs by the way there. Gorgeous. Anyway, so basically, she goes, "You don't have dyslexia. You're just quirky." I'm sorry, what's that supposed to mean? Anyway, I get extra time in my exam, so I'll take it. Bye.
Hiya, I'm Olivia, and I own a beauty parlour called Curl Up and Dyes. And I do Botox, waxing, hair, nails, and eyelashes. And I love my clients dearly, but sometimes I am tempted to say to them, "Sweetie, the only way you're going to look like that photo is if I staple it to your forehead." Let's be realistic here. I studied at beauty school, not Hogwarts, and this long silly thing here is a comb, not a magic wand. I'm not a fairy godmother that can just go bibbity bobbity boo and you can go from drab to fab in like 2 seconds. Oh, I've got an appointment, guys. Bye.
Hi, I'm Ophelia, and first of all, don't mind the whole outfit. Playing Miss Hannigan is a whole new level. So, I'm going to tell you a few jokes today. So, when my mum was dying, me and my sister couldn't remember her blood type. She kept saying to me, be positive, but it's really hard living without her. When I went to the doctor one day, he told me I only have 1 year to live, so I shot him. The judge gave me 15 years. Problem solved. I'm sorry and I apologize mean the same thing, unless you're at a funeral. My senior relatives like to tease me at weddings, saying things like, you'll be next. They stopped once I started doing that to them at funerals. Today I asked Siri why I'm still single. It activated the front camera. So, I've been unfunny and you guys have faked laugh. Thank you.
Hello. Before I start, I'm just very sorry if I offend any gingers in the room or like that, you know. Okay, so. Hi guys, I'm Isabella, how are you all? Yeah, very good myself. Since I was young, I've always been the sibling out of me and my little brother to have lots of concerning things happen. When I was around 3 or 4, I wasn't feeling too well, so I went to bed. And when I woke up, I went to see my mum, and she screamed. I was swollen from head to toe with a rash, where to the point you would think I looked like Violet Beauregard, but in a red version. Let's say my brother, however, wasn't very much help. While this happened, he just sat and he said, you know, everyone always comes up to me saying about how me and my little brother look nothing alike. Well, it's true really. He's got my mum's genes by being ginger, and I got my dad's by being Italian. Clearly, I got the better ones. Sorry, Oliver. It's like pineapple on pizza. They don't match. He's the pineapple, I'm the pizza. He's ginger, like the colour of pineapple, and I'm Italian, where pizza was originated from. Well, I've got a story for you, which sort of makes sense why he was ginger. When my mum was pregnant with my brother, my mum craved mini cheddars, which if you didn't know, are orange. And same for me, when my mum was pregnant with me, she craved those like little Malteser chocolate bunnies. Hence why I have the dark features and brown hair. Right, what do you call a battle between 2 gingers? Ginger beef. Thank you.
For legal reasons, I can't tell you my real name, just in case any of you are undercover. You know, I've had a lot of pain in my life, anxiety, a sprinkle of OCD, and a big, fat fear of rejection. So, I thought that if I fell in love with my anxiety, that would leave me too. No, but really, when me and my ex broke up, it was absolutely awful. We had this huge blowout fight. So bad that I picked up the vase that was in his house and I threw it at his head. He was so mad that he drove me to the psych ward, but I wasn't the mad one. I was just disappointed. No, he was a really, really, really bad person. He was a cheat, a liar, a man. So when he got into that accident and I just so happened to be there, I told the paramedics the wrong blood type. Now he knows what rejection feels like. Now look, I know, I sound obsessive, but honestly, once we made up, we went for this gorgeous day out. He took me to a restaurant, he had a picnic set up, we went to the cinema. I did have to run when he realised I was within the limits of the restraining order. He called it stalking. I called it my feminine rage era. Oh my god. He's just messaged me. He's moved on. He's engaged. He's having a baby. No, I can't do this. Everybody stop!
Weathermoon. Is that on?
I'm Annabelle Weathermoon, but you guys can call me Annie. And I'm here today to talk about my life in Albuquerque. When my dad, there he is, he's in the audience, first opened his saloon, I thought it would be like a salon. Like I thought I would be getting my nails done, my hair, lashes. I was gonna look like prettiest girl in Albuquerque. But no. Who do the Waltons think they are? Stealing from the safe? They should have worn blue gloves, then they wouldn't have been caught red-handed. Now, I want your opinion on something. I've been wanting a tattoo for a while, and I was thinking of getting a turquoise Tibetan tiger toucan tattoo. But I don't think it would match my bird's nest of a wig, which I've had on for the past 6 years and never washed. Anyway, I better go. I've got a boyfriend to go see. You're in Albuquerque, and I've been Annie Weathermoon. Remember, the higher you get, the further you fall.
Hey guys. Hello. You're awake. Good. So I'm just gonna come straight with you. I have a dead dad. And it can be quite awkward talking to new people because they will ask me, so what do your parents do? And so I'll go, well, my mum works at a college. My dad just lies on his back all day. Obviously, being a half orphan is very sad, but there are some perks. All I have to do at school is start crying and saying how I'm having a very hard time. And I can get out of things like PE and tests. But the best thing is I no longer have to suffer the torture of dad jokes. Anyway, now we're going to talk about something that is more depressing than having daddy issues. School. Now, I go to a private school, and I know when you hear about a private school, the image in your head is people sitting around eating steak, caviar, drinking herbal tea, scones, and laughing about and how much we love the Tory party, and we all drive Range Rovers. And I'm going to tell you now, my school is not like that. Some of us drive Teslas. Now, my headmistress is a massive Bible basher. Now, picture a room with tired 15-year-old girls at 8 o'clock in the morning. My headmistress will come in. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say that God is with us all. He is in this room. He is next to you. He is in you. If we had no God, we would have nothing. Let us pray. In my mind, all I can think of is this woman genuinely insane or on crack? Thank you.
Hi, I'm talking about a story about my grandma adopting a cat that wasn't hers. So she lives in a neighbourhood full of cat ladies, and she adopted this cat that would come to her house for food. And she took it to the vets to check if it was okay, and they found out the owner. And they rang the owner and they said, "Hi, we have a cat." And the guy said, "That can't be my cat, because my cat died like a week ago. I got run over by a car." So my grandma said, "No, this is your cat. Come see it." He came over and looked at it, and it was his cat. He had a random stranger's cat's ashes in his living room for 7 years.
Hi, honeys!
Hi. Sorry.
Okay, so what has 2 thumbs? How am I gonna hold this? Likes lipstick and speaks French. Mwah. 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 Anyway, I'm Stephanie Brown. Yeah. As I walked in today, visual aid is important. As I walked in, my friend told me, she was like, "Did you know stars are round?"
And I was like, honey, I'm hourglass. But talking about me being amazing, I found a new skill. If I squint my eyes enough, Toby looks like Harry Potter. I'm not sure if it's glasses or the fact that he looks the size of primary school children in their late teens. Yeah, that doesn't work today. Last night, I had Chinese, right? And there was fortune cookies involved, right? Which are like little cookies made by fortune tellers to have extra income. But my dad said, he was like, mine said, it was like, talk less. And I was like, what am I even doing here then? And my dad said, talk while you can. It linked. But I didn't really want to end on a knock-knock joke, because that's not very original. Show me I'm very original. But this one's like super good. It's like my mom told me it. But 2 cannibals walk into a bar. And no, it's not a bar. What am I? Wrong joke. 2 cannibals are eating a clown. Like, where do you even find a clown? I haven't seen them since 2018. Anyway, they're eating this clown. One of them turns to the other one and is like, does this taste funny to you? She's like, duh, it's not chicken. But I'm Sydney Brown. Bye, honey buns!
Okay. Look at me, big strong boy. Now, we've had a good few acts. We've had a big helmet, sorry, Annika. It's been quite interesting actually watching them. Pity laughter. Demonstration. We're all getting very, very good at it. Very, very good. Now, I was having a little thought whilst I was actually sat down, which will be concerning when I actually tell you what thought it was. I thought, Santa Claus and Jeffrey Epstein are just 2 very similar people. All you have to do is give Santa some sedations and he's Jeffrey Epstein. Likes children. Knows when you're asleep or when you're awake. And gives them gifts. Thank you, Jack. Now, my life has been interesting. Oh my god, it's water. Oh. Cheers, I needed that one. Now, my life has been interesting. Unlike Sophie Teasdale, my dad is not dead, he just left me. Which, would it be nice if he hadn't come back 7 years later? Because his excuse was the line was just very long for the milk. I knew he went for cigarettes. That's actually something. My dad lied to me for 4 years I quit smoking, and it wasn't until I caught him cheating on my stepmom that I saw a cigarette.
What? I don't understand it.
You're not meant to understand it. It's just I am rambling on and I'm enjoying myself.
Have another sniff.
Cheers. Now I'm going to tell some very bad one punchline jokes. Did you hear about the popular cemetery? People are just dying to get in. Why do hospitals have air conditioning? To keep the vegetables cool and fresh. Did you hear about the restaurant that caters to cannibals? The famous dishes, head, shoulders, knees and toes. It's very fun. I'm going to tell one more joke and I'm going to disappear for your own satisfaction. I also have a speech impediment. So, why did the Scandinavians put barcodes on their ships? So when they docked, they could Scandinavian.